PASSE stands for Provider-Led Shared Savings Entity. It is a spin on managed care. It's a unique model that was designed for Arkansas. We initially launched phase 1 in February of 2018, and then in March of this past year, we went full risk. So the organizations took over total cost of care.
The people who benefit the most from a program like PASSE are those who might be in danger of going into institutional settings or residential settings. And those individuals in this program are those with a behavioral health issue or an issue related to an intellectual or developmental disability, or those that have both. I think one of our biggest challenges here in Arkansas has been providing treatment for those that have both issues outside of an institutional setting. So those people in this program get home and community-based services that keep them in those settings.
The PASSE program is important because it's a completely new type of model of healthcare here in Arkansas for children and adults with developmental disabilities and behavioral health needs.
It is important to create treatment plans that meet need instead of diagnosis, because the diagnostic categories that are provided are pretty broad, and people have different needs within those broad diagnostic categories. So those services should be available to focus on those functional needs, not on the diagnosis.
The PASSE has been positive for us because Isabella is very complex in her medical care. It is centered around improving her life, and that includes her health and her quality of life. And so Isabella is very medically complex, and we actually have to go out of state for some of her health care because there isn't a provider in this state for it. They have helped make sure that providers paid and paid on time, and it's nice to have somebody on board that wants to do that besides just me. And before the PASSE, there was really not one person that was just devoted to that besides myself, it felt like. And so the programs brought the care coordination that it brings for Isabella and the goals and the focus on her, and to be able to be goal-oriented and to make sure that we're overcoming any obstacles that we run into, and the access that I have to the care coordinators has really been a huge support for us.
The PASSE program works by incentivizing its providers to provide more intensive health care on a daily basis and avoid high-cost health care, such as emergency room visits and hospitalizations. Healthcare problems where if you don't take care of them immediately, they get worse. And anytime something gets worse, it gets more expensive. So the way the model is set up is to incentivize providers to do monitoring and care of their members so they never get to the point, or if they do, it's for a very short time, of needing some acute health care.
As a network provider under the PASSE system, our experience has changed under the new program because we're allowed to work with the care coordinators who work for the PASSEs. The care coordinators work with us to help provide individualized care for each of the clients in the PASSE. And we can be creative in our treatment plans. Previously, we were able to do treatment plans with individualized goals and objectives, but now we're able to be creative in the actual treatment that we provide and actually receive reimbursement for that. And by providing better care and individualized treatment, we're able to get better outcomes. For example, both children and adults may have a dual diagnosis, such they may have a diagnosis of a behavioral health issue as well as a developmental issue. Kids and adults with autism previously had a difficulty in finding services that were available. With the new PASSE system, we're now able to serve kids who have behavioral health issues as well as, for instance, an autism diagnosis. We've been able to do creative services to be able to help them and their families and get them back out into the community as soon as possible.
From the PASSE, we have seen very positive interaction because, for example, my daughter and I are going to be attending a doctor's appointment, and they will go with us to help advocate and articulate what I feel like I might possibly not be able to during this particular doctor's appointment. And that's just the kind of support we need. The most exciting thing about the future of the PASSE program to me is that it's not one set standard. It's tailored to each individual. So my daughter may have a plan that is like this, while another person may have a plan that's like this. And because of the individualization, she gets more of her needs met, because it's not just one set standard.
What excites me most about the PASSE program is that the model is flexible and it's outside of the usual confinement of Medicaid in terms of there's only this certain type of service, everybody has to fit into that package. This model allows very flexible and a wide range of services in the community to meet the needs of the individual. It's important to create individualized treatment plans for clients because every client is different. No two individuals are the same, and they should not be treated the same. So treatment plans should be tailored with specific services for exactly what people need.